like how you rock. Man, I ain't gonna tell me what's happening.
You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. We're live at the United Center where the Chicago...
I ain't fucking with you. Now I'm scared to drink water. I drink too much. I'm not drink too much to rap.
Bulls have home court advantage. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Jared Williams out there with Matthews. And it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rebound by the Bulls.
I tell you what, he had... to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Now off the inbound, and there's Gasol. That's good on the assist from Mirotic. Gasol's got his first 2 points. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Shoots from the elbow. That doesn't go either for Butler. Matthews passes to Nowitzki. Off target from outside. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside for Gasol. Rose attacking. The shot no good. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Parsons slams it in.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
There's the bucket. Good.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air. And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Second free throw, no good. Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
You know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. Even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Now Nowitzki, 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Williams, that's good. Here's Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 6. Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Williams with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. There's a good screen. Williams kicks to Nowitzki. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Chicago leading. And stolen by Parsons. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Rose. Inside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse.
Come on with it.
And that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And so Butler nails both of them.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Nobody near Parsons. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Here's Gibson. Out to the right wing. Kicks to Rose. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Williams dishes to Parsons. High arcing shot, and Williams with the nice bucket inside.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Gasol passes to Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 7 points for Jimmy Butler.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Williams kicks to Matthews. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
The first one falls.
More levels, more devils.
He really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel it. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in a tough spot.
on both. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
There's the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Pachulia's got his third rebound tonight. Matthews goes in. This is to Pachulia. 6 to shoot. 11 feet away. And it's in off the backboard. And it's 7 points for Wesley Matthews.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Shot is off.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the first one drops. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after it.
Brooks checked in for Rose. And Dallas also making a switch. Harris is checked in. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Charlie Villanueva's checked in for the Mavericks. Dallas has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. The 17-footer cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that's never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact. The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Now, here's Villanueva. Here's Nowitzki. Great D that time from Gibson.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Brooks with it. Devin Harris covering. They get it back. Now here's McDermott. Defense is right there. Here's Mirotic.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammates. Terrific pass.
Mavericks trailed by 3. Nowitzki for 3. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Here's Mirotic, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just bad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Brooks, here we go. Here we go, one-on-one. Poke loose. Butler with the steal. Fast break, here they come. The tray. And Brooks is good for 3. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
That fast break 3 is one of his favorite shots. He's never afraid to pull it up from deep.
Nowitzki a screen. Now the feed to Parsons. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And he gets it to go.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from 3-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Butler attacking. Here's Gibson. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Dallas making a switch here. Berea's checked in. J.J. Barea. 1:10 left in the first. Mavericks trailed by 7. On the way, Harris. And
I hate when I gotta stop doing that shit, man. Pay attention. Oh, I switched my man, forget I switched him, and think he's still in the same position and throw the ball when it ain't even him no more and get a fucking turnover. Pay attention to detail, man.
Parsons with it. 8 points for him. Nowitzki sets a screen for Parsons. Layup off the pick. And J.J. Barea the bucket on the assist from Parsons.
Well, that was Dirk Nowitzki getting in the way of the defense right there. Well done.
Brooks misses. Mavericks trailed by 7. Parsons outside. "15 seconds left in the first quarter of the game."
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Villanueva with the steal. Fires for 3. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Rolls out front, leading by 5. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Heinrich is out there with Brooks. Then it's McDermott. And it's Bairstow in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 3. Big change last year for the Mavs came when they traded for Rajon Rondo. It looked to be the missing piece for him, Clark, but boy, it just never seemed to come together.
You just don't know. Trades are always risky. You don't know how they're going to work out, and I give credit to ownership for talking to the players to see what they thought about the trade before they actually made the deal.
5 to shoot. That's to Villanueva. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Villanueva's got his first 2 points.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
McGee. And Villanueva kicks to Barea. Here's Jenkins. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And things things just didn't really work out with Rondo here with the Mavs. Missed a lot of games and at times clashed with that coaching staff.
Heinrich dishes to Brooks. Lets it go with the three. Shot is off. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Pulls up for three. Hairstow pulls it in.
You know, they said it was the injury, but you have to suspect the Mavs just shut him down in the playoffs. They took a big swing and missed with Rondo in acquiring him, but I think you have to give him credit for at least taking the risk.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Pau Gasol's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Brooks. Pau, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Rose passes to Gasol. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Gasol's got 7 points in the game. Heinrich against Harris. He dishes it to Barea. To the inside. And there's the pass to Jenkins. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Chicago leading by 3. Here's Rose. Shot, high post. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Barea, guarded by Heinrich. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Parsons checked in for Dallas. Heinrich with the steal. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That's his first foul. And the Bulls making a change here. Snell's checked in. And Dallas also making a switch. Wesley Matthews checked in for Parsons. That ties it up. Jenkins got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Harris kicks to Matthews. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Matthews has got 9 points. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
Heinrich dishes to Gasol. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Harris kicks to Jenkins. Clock at 4. Off the pick. Out to Harris. He feeds it to Villanueva. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Harris on the double team. Feeds it to Gasol. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Oh, here comes Heinrich all alone. Finished off the break.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And it's Harris off the drive. Passes it to Villanueva. And he banks in the layup. Villanueva's got the lead up to 3 now for Dallas.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rose passes to Portis. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
Matthews, no one around him. Off target with his 3.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Jenkins with the ball. No good on the 3.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. He was out of his element at all right there.
And the Mavericks call time here. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Chicago making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Portis. And it's Butler in for Kirk Heinrich. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Powell. Nowitzki comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Jenkins. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Harris.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Nowitzki dishes to Matthews. The drive by Nowitzki. Pass to Pachulia. And stolen by Mirotic. And now the fast break. Gibson with that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
Here's the dish to Mirotic. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Williams. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Hey, guys, it's been a slow decline for Darren Williams the last few seasons. Once considered an elite point guard, he just doesn't have that stature any longer.
Well, for Williams, Greg, in his decline, his field goal percentage dropped to below 40% last season. Clark, I never thought I'd see the day with that.
Those were the worst offensive numbers since his rookie season. I mean, he had the game that you thought would carry him past his athletic prime, but that might not be the case the way those numbers look.
Shoots the 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Butler with the ball. Matthews covering. Fast break, Dallas. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Rose. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the strike.
And Rose drops them both. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, take it himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Here's Snell.
I keep giving that fucking jump. Go straight up, fellas.
Made the playoffs again last season.
I'm jumping into him. Go fucking straight up, build a wall.
The last 15 years, and only the San Antonio Spurs have made more, Greg, over that time frame.
Yeah, and they had a tough first-round opponent in the number 2 seed, Houston. A good old Texas tussle between the 2 and the 7 seeds.
Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, and you know, the Mavs got bounced out by the Rockets in 5 games in round 1. They were able to avoid the sweep, but losing the first 3 was way too much to overcome.
Why it taking so long? I've been past it.
From downtown. And Gibson kicks to Snell. Mirotic against Nowitzki. Mirotic's shot is off.
And for Dallas in the playoffs, really, it didn't help to have the Rondo drama going on at the time. Even if that hadn't happened, though, you got the feeling that they were overmatched against a red-hot Houston team.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Chicago. Chicago calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated. And, you know, obviously, you know, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, you know, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Over to the wing. That's a 2 from Snell. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Snell. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Snell's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Williams passes to Pachulia. Gasol with the steal. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. Snell from outside. And the Bulls get it back. Outside Rose. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And he can't bank that one in. Pachulia dishes to Nowitzki. Shoots from the elbow. And that one's good. And now it's just a 4-point Bulls lead.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
And finished off by Gasol.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Chicago leading by 4.
I'd like to see him use a little clock here.
I agree with you. Milk the clock with this possession. That's what they've got to be doing.
Here's Mirotic, and the layup's good off the glass. Mirotic has got 6.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Cannot hit. And the first half is now in the books. Bulls lead by 6. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He has 17 points, and he's come away with 2. Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it. And folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Well, for Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Nowitzki. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Mirotic just got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Rose against Williams. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. And Butler sends it back. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Bulls leading by 8. Outside Rose. Power down the jam.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it, because this is a real important juncture in the ballgame right here.
It's Williams with the drive.
Well, Williams has been great. He has 12 points and 7 assists. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Butler against Matthews. Butler goes in. And the wide open shot from Rose. To the left wing. Here's the teardrop. And the shot is good. Rose has got 6 points in the quarter.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Dallas calls timeout.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
Mavericks trail by 10. Williams kicks to Matthews. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Parsons, the open look. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Parsons got 12.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
And the call will be against Darren Williams. That's his first foul. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And he gets it to go. And now it's up to 25 points for Rose.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Sinks that one from the post. Nowitzki's got 7.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Dallas calls timeout. And Chandler Parsons really set off a Texas rivalry last year, drafted by the Rockets in the second round. He received an offer sheet in free agency from the team's rival, the Dallas Mavericks. Eventually chose Dallas, injured in the playoffs, hurt a knee, only played the 1 game. But I think they've got great things ahead for him with the Mavs.
Yeah, you know, Parsons was a restricted free agent, so that meant the Rockets could match if they wanted to, but they declined to match Dallas's offer, which sent Parsons packing just up the road in Texas.
Chicago leading by 12. Rose goes in. Kicks to Mirotic. Lock at 6. And that one goes long.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage, even though it was all over him.
Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Mirotic has been a handful. He has 9 rebounds and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too.
And Williams, here we go. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth-quarter points per game.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player much less a rookie.
Here's Butler. The kick out to Rose. Mavericks with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Parsons. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And Chandler Parsons, changing teams last season, saw a little bit of a regression. Down in points, rebounds, and assists, but more troubling, down in field goal and free throw percentage. So you can tell that that transition to a new team, new system, new role definitely had an impact.
Nowitzki with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Nowitzki kicks to Pachulia. Back to Nowitzki. Takes the 13-footer. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Chandler Parsons coming over from Houston to Dallas, moving into a new scheme, a different scheme than he had with the Rockets. It was his first go-around with Coach Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, and it's not easy for a player to adjust to a coach, a new coach, or a new coach to adjust to a player. That takes some time. It's a two-way street. We know Parsons has the talent.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Nobody near Williams. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And Mirotic throws it down.
Oh, man, we giving this nigga the fucking game, man. Come on, y'all.
And 10 rebounds.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Back to Nowitzki. Lets it go from the wing. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 9th assist in the game now. Rose kicks to Mirotic. The kick outside to Butler. The 3. And he gets it to go. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Dishes it to Gasol. Goes up at the stripe. A rebound by Villanueva. Mavericks trailed by 17. It's stolen by Rose. And Mirotic kicks to Gasol. Here's Harris. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. McDermott comes in for Mirotic. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Gibson with the steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
6 to shoot. How? And he goes in for the dunk.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
goes in. Pass to Portis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Portis has got his first points in this one.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
And the basket by Harris. The Bulls leading by 17. Launches it. Portis can't get it to go. And here we go with Jenkins running it up the court. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 6 points tonight for John Jenkins.
You know, guys, most coaches prefer you drive the lane in transition, but this time the floor opened up for him out on the three-point line.
Back to Butler. To the inside. Here's Brooks. The kick outside to Butler. No luck.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, "Are you kidding me?"
Brooks outside. He kicks it to McDermott. That's tipped. Villanueva with the steal. Inside. Here's Barea. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's on Jimmy Butler.
That's his second personal foul.
And guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
Great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that.
And Brooks, here we go. No good from 11 feet. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Puts up the baby hook. It's deflected. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body. So some free throws coming up right now.
For me, my favorite memory of Barea, his outstanding postseason in 2011. The Mavericks had to get through the Lakers and the Heat to win their first championship. And Barea broke down those defenses by screaming to the hoop every chance he got. Actually, he squirted to the hoop.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bairstow, he's checked in for Gibson. And Tony Snell subbed in for Jimmy Butler. McDermott, no one around him. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
And getting back to Barea's contributions against the Lakers back in 11, Barea led a fourth-quarter comeback in Game 2 to help the Mavs win. Big swing in that series. And then after the game, Kobe Bryant said that Barea kicked our you-know-whats. And ultimately, Barea helped the Mavs go on to win their only championship.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Portis. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor. Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
He's perfect from the line this time. Brooks outside. The feet to Snell. Fades away. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Bulls out front. They're up by 8. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And the final period of play just about to start. Now here's Brooks. Portis is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Tony Snell. Then it's Brooks. And it's McDermott in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. Mavericks last season, Clark, were very tough down the stretch in games. Had a lot of players that shined all the time during crunch time.
Well, when you've got guys like Dirk and Monte that can create their own shot, it gives you a chance to win close games. It's a big reason they were 6-0 in overtime games, in my opinion.
So he gets them both.
And the Mavs won close ones, as you said, but they knew how to close games out in general. 36-2 last year when winning going into the fourth quarter.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Gibson with it. Goes up against Pachulia. No good from Gibson.
Well, I tell you, that's what veteran teams do. I mean, they close out games. They know how to finish. The Mavs have the leadership and presence to not let any lead slip away by being inattentive to details. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
There's the pass to Pachulia. Gibson with the steal. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. That's good. And it's a 12-point Chicago lead.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
No expiration date on their legs. They just seem to be fresh. And they're putting those fresh legs to good use.
Get from behind here.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Aaron Brooks.
Derrick Rose.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Now here's Parsons. He's tightly guarded. Matthews into the lane. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11. Chicago leading by 10. Williams against Rose. To the right side. And Gibson kicks to Rose. That one goes. Count it. Rose has got 12 points here in the second half. Williams outside. That is good.
Dirk Nowitzki, he can dish the rock too.
Rose goes in. Here's Snell. He's covered by Matthews. The kick out to Rose. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Williams passes to Pachulia. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And he gets the bucket. 21 points for Deron Williams.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
From deep, Rose. The shot misses. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
Chicago leading by 9. Here's Portis. There's a screen. The jump hook, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
That's really the area where they like all of their shots to come from.
Williams dishes to Nowitzki. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And it's Rose penetrating. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his 5th foul.
Boy, it's been a tough go in terms of fouls for him. I mean, my goodness, he can't stay out of the way of fouls.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. They set the pick. Here's McDermott. No good with the triple. Mavericks trailed by 11. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Jenkins. And that's 13 points for Devin Harris. Feeds it to McDermott. Butler kicks to McDermott. From deep, Rose. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And, Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day. And I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display on that possession.
Hit his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. And here's Barea. Here's the screen. He dishes it to Harris. Down low. Here's Powell. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, a 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Harris misses. The Bulls leading by 6. Here's Rose. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Jenkins. Rebound by Rose. Chicago's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have to build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Now, here's Barea. He's covered by Rose. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here. Where we're checking out the game J.J. Barea is having. He's got 8 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense. And as they always seem to do, the Mavs feasted on the Eastern Conference last season. Dallas would end up with 50 wins on the year, and 21 of them coming against the East.
Rose attacking. That is good. Rose has got 16 here in the second half.
Top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
As you said, the man's just taking it to the Eastern Conference. It's been that way for a long time, it seems. They've really carved out that number.
Well, under the Mavs' current ownership, they have never had a losing record against the Eastern Conference, Kevin. Beating up the East is why they've been in the playoffs so much in the last 15 years.
Passes it to Jenkins. Nailed from three-point land. Jenkins got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the man. Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 31 points for Jimmy Butler.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And here's Matthews from the arc. That doesn't go. He's 5 of 12 on the night. And Rose throws it down hard.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense. He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
The Bulls leading by 12. And Mirotic has it in the corner. 5 on the clock. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. Oh, and here comes Williams all alone. And the shot is good. Williams has got 23.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Now Mirotic. Butler on the wing. 18 feet out. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
Outside Rose. Pachulia with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. The finish. And it's Darren Williams with the finish.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic? His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Matthews. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. And he gets the bucket. And that's now 37 points for Rose.
How about that going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Nowitzki has the open look. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And that's 17 points for Dirk Nowitzki. Chicago leading by 7. Mirotic, the screen. Butler goes in. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that right.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Nowitzki.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Rose. Buries the long-range jumper. Rose has got 40 points.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
The shot is off. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't.
It's hard for me, man. You know that? The game over. That's what it look like. I'm gonna have an 8-9 equal in double digits for my stars showing up. Okay. Shit. Get back. Get back. Big league versus minor one. Getting better though. It was 0, 2, 3. No, you're not getting it right. No, actually, why?
I'll let you tomorrow. I'm gonna fall back, man.
Alright, man.
Alright.